Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's officially winning time in the NFL. In today's wildcard matchup, victory is the only option for these two teams. It's the Raiders going up against the Dolphins. With that, let's head on down to Miami, where we'll hand it over to the two men calling our game. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to picturesque Miami, Florida. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. They come out here in the eye. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Okay, the starters for the Miami Dolphins offensively. Charles, who are we highlighting?
Got to highlight Jay Ajayi, their running back. Came out of Boise State as a 5th-round pick, but most people had his talent much more like a 2nd round. There were some medical concerns with the knee, but he can do it all. Run, catch, block. He's truly a 3-down back.
Five yards left for the offense. It's second down. They run again with Ajayi. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I love when a play results in a game that I can actually kind of fall back on one of my favorite adages, and that is anytime there's a run over 10 yards, it means that the offensive line did its job, but you know who else did? The wide receivers. Because the first 7 yards kind of belong to the offensive line and the running back. Anything after that means the wide receivers did a great job of blocking downfield, being willing to mix it up and give them some...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And Mr. Cooper, Amari, a headliner in this offensive unit.
Brandon, it's rare that you get guys so polished coming out of college, but Amari Cooper has carried himself like a pro probably since he was 6 years old. He is a terrific talent.
Carr to throw on second down. And this one's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's third down. And a look at the starters for the Miami defense.
Ndamukong Suh provokes a whole lot of conversation. But at the end, everyone agrees, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Play clock winding down. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Throwing his car on third down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 18 yards there and a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now Carr throwing on second down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us. And then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line. And they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. And they'll run it here. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
When I watch Khalil Mack play, I just see fury, passion, and incredible athleticism. This guy can flat out play.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Here's Webb. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down. Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds Stills, complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They come up in an offset eye. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go. We got three, fellas. We got three. Ohio. Check. Ohio. Check. Ohio. Check. Black round.
This is Ajayi. Shreds the tackle. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, 3rd down here.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Webb now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
This is fielded at the 7. Now a hit and a loose football. Taking it right down Broadway. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Now Andrew Frank's on for the point after. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for... touchback. So out come the Raiders. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there. Carr to Cooper. And even 50 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Second down following the run. The play clock's running down. On second down, here's Carr. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. A couple of Dolphins in on the stop.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Carr to throw on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And out come the Dolphins now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll begin the drive with a jive. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And he'll cut it to the left sideline. And he's brought down after a good gain. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple of blocks. They look good doing it there. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. And they'll look to throw. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And throw right side complete to Parker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Here's Webb. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
To throw his car. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Carr to the right side. He's got Cooper. It's complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the offense needs 7 out of this play on 3rd down. 1 receiver to the left is Cooper. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Cooper's got it. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary.
All right, here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. It's a pickup of 21. Good enough for an Oakland 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
A right side catch by Crabtree. 15 yards there for number 15. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Janikowski bangs it through. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando, he's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. To return, it's DeAndre Washington. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he's struggling, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the third level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
Now on first down. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 50, the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Ajayi, 81 yards. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. William Hayes in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
All right, here we go.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Amari Cooper taking it in. And the Raiders move back within a couple of the lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. Took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
So they're going to go for 2.
Bradley.
Carr will look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they get 28 yards on that one. And that's good for a Miami first down. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Webb now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a pickup of 7. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Here's Ajayi. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there. Carr to Cooper. And even 60 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings them down. And quickly, they get to the line.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
So they're operating in the red zone. On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. They'll start out on the ground with a giant. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They send Stills in motion. Back now in Miami. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. They send Parker in motion left. Here's Webb. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And 4th down coming up. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now, I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it's a short kick taken right around the 19. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Catch here, left side, Thomas. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are a two-point conversion away from tying this football game. So now a big play here as the Dolphins will go for the two. Now they send a man in motion right. They'll look to throw. That's caught at the one, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their two-point lead. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing now is Carr. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there. Carr to Cooper. 51 yards.
All right, partner, that's it. That's a video game highlight catch right there. Acrobatic, one hand, come down with the football. Look, if you and I are playing Madden right now, I'm throwing down my control. I'm done. That's it. I can't do this anymore. Yet, we see it happen just about every week. All these guys need is a chance, and they're making those types of plays, even if we don't believe what we just saw.
And complete right side to Cook. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here's Carr. And this is Clark. It's Cooper. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Amari Cooper with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And that makes it a 9-point game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. Give him 30 yards there. And now a first down following that long gain. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And he'll get this one up to the... Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers.
All right, here we go.
Carr to throw on second down. Incomplete. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after... Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Now Landry. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Webb now. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on third down.
Let's go.
They send Stills in motion. Here's Webb. And the Raiders have got him. And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go. 38. Let's go.
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Julius Thomas, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Come on, let's go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They're in a good spot. Two-possession game, barely, but a two-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice.
Let's face it, right now, they're talking about ball security, taking care of it, not allowing anything crazy to happen, because we've seen nutty things happen down the stretch, but they also have the security of the scoreboard. With that type of a lead, even if something goes haywire, they're still in good shape.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Back to throw, Carr. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Amari Cooper saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Throwing now is Carr, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aldon Smith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, it's Thomas. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw here. And it's caught by Parker. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here we go. What?
Here's Webb. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. as time has run out.